Good noon world. It's 11, I don't know, 50 something coming to, how is it now? It's 11:54 coming to 12. Today's my day off, so I can rest. And later on, I'm going to clean the house. I think my stepmother's willing to give me $15 for it. I'll clean the house later on. Then later on in the afternoon, I'll clean it for $15. Hope you guys know my video I made yesterday about the Bible and Sky Source. I'm not going to talk about the Bible today. I'm going to save that topic for next year. Even though the Bible topic is interesting, I like talking about Sky Source more than I'm saying. The Bible's fantasy, right? Yeah. Jesus is not really God. Don't hate me, guys. He's a symbolism of me. I'm God, obviously. And even though the Holy Spirit is what hard to believe, but the Holy Spirit is a symbolism of what Victoria Justice was a cheating whore, obviously. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. After this, I'm gonna go to the store and get my what my beer and smokes, obviously. Did you go on and show me yesterday, Ivan? No, I didn't. Um, it's nothing wrong with taking 2 days off. Anything more than 2 days, you're not procrastinating. Obviously, I took yesterday. I'll go tonight on Tremel. Yesterday was my cheat day. I ate the junk food. I didn't feel like going on the Tremel. I was dead tired. Obviously, because I worked like all week right now. Since there, I was very tired. Yes, I'm gonna talk about Sky Source, all that stuff, right? Yeah. Did you give up on VJ? Yes, I did. Victoria Justice is a reprobate woman. Um, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I'm done, man. He doesn't listen. Yeah. What she's doing to me is fucking evil, man. Destroy my sleep, at the same time be unfaithful behind my back, man. So she wants her full cake. I love these guys, but I love Ivan too. I'm gonna destroy his sleep when I sleep. Because I want to be safe. I want as well as I want to be with him. I want to see like she's crazy. And that's why yesterday I yelled at her when I was sleeping. I yelled at her, man, and I gave her a piece of my own medicine. She gets what she fucking deserves. Um, Obviously, how'd you sleep with the crying? I listened to music. Yeah, and that's how I sleep with the crying. Only way to reach this crying, you have to put the music on. You have to put the music on your phone, then you'll be able to sleep because of the music and have a fan, and you can sleep. You hear a bit of her crying, but you can sleep obviously. Just put the music on, you'll sleep through her crying, her annoying crying, obviously. So sorry. Yeah, it's fucking evil, huh? If your wife doesn't give a shit about you, yeah, she doesn't care about you, man. It's sad, man. Yeah. So her crying is manipulative. Yeah, it's very manipulative. Her crying. It's manipulative bullshit crying, obviously. Because I want to keep saying is how can any husband take a wife seriously who cries to him who cheats on them every week, and who dates guys behind his back, who has secret boyfriends behind his back, and takes their clothes and fucks them. How can you take a wife like that seriously? You can't. How can any man seriously take a woman like that seriously? Hence why I ignore her, man. I gave her to reprobate mind. She's crazy. You see my point here? That's my point. I'm not gonna make a long video, guys. I am tired. I am tired. Ugh. Yeah. So once I pay this fee, obviously, and I make my money, I'm going to settle in Vancouver, and I'm going to make plans for my 350 million rooftop condo. I'm going to buy my jet, and I'm going to buy my yacht. I'm going to do my clothes shopping. Samsara. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, and I'm going to make plans to start Scott's Entertainment with George Lucas. Obviously, my first movie will be the last one for Xanos, which is based off my novel that I wrote. My fast novel that I wrote, obviously. The next year will be the year I get it edited. I need to save my $2,000+, which I will, obviously. I'm putting 300 a paycheck, but I blew a bit of my savings this paycheck. 100. I blew like $120 of my savings. Hence why, right? Hence why. But I have like 200 some dollars in my checkings. That's enough for me till next for Thursday or Friday. I get my beer supposed every day. It's enough, and then I could what? And I get paid next Friday, and then I'll have enough to what? I'll have enough to put another 300 in my savings. Obviously. End of the year, I should save maybe $2,700 to $3,000. But I might get a government check end of the year, Christmas time. I might get a government check, and if I do, I'm gonna put some of that money in my savings. Obviously, I also have to pay Wolverine off. I don't know what they're gonna say. Chances are they're not gonna veto it. So it's okay. You don't have to veto it. I'll pay. I'll give you like $60 a paycheck towards paying off uh, paying off the what the um, paying off the $720. Should pay it off by early next year. I'll pay the whole thing off. $700 is not that much to pay off, right? It's nothing. Yeah, I had Gabriel's pizza. I had a pepperoni pizza. That was really good. Gabriel's pizza is like my second favorite pizza after Jimmy's. I give Jimmy's the edge just because Jimmy's has the better garlic sauce than Gabriel's. Gabriel's has good garlic sauce, but Jimmy's garlic sauce is better. Hence why Jimmy's is my favorite pizza, and Gabriel's is a close second for me, obviously. Yeah. Robert uploaded Resident Evil 4. Nice. I'm gonna watch that after. We're gonna eat today. I don't know. It depends what my stepmother bought shawarma a couple days ago, but like the pita bread's all done. I don't know what I'm gonna eat, man. could go to the store and get fish sticks, but I mean, have it with salad. That's your go-to food. Yeah, when I want to eat healthy, I just get the fish sticks. I crave the fish sticks. Fish sticks are pretty healthy with salad, obviously. What about chicken, Ivan? Chicken's good, but chicken's not as healthy as fish, right? Fish is healthier than chicken. Yeah, the most healthiest meat is chicken. Is fish. Fish is the healthiest meat. Very, very healthy fish. Obviously. Are you trying to lose weight, Ivan? Yes. I'm gonna go. I went on the treadmill what, like 2 times this week so far, and I'm going tonight, and I'm gonna go Monday. Yeah, I go like 4 times a week. That's good enough. Sometimes I take one day off. Sometimes I take 2 days off if I'm tired, and I go the day after that. I also gotta watch what I eat. Obviously, SCI was my cheat day. I had the BLT sandwich at Coco Fruity. I was okay. I'm not gonna have it again. I didn't really like it that much. And then I have what? And I had the what? The Gabriel's Pizza when I got home. Obviously, I had my Gabriel's Pizza obviously while I was watching Rad Rad, and I watched Neil Tusa's Theory Talks. He uploaded live videos on his channel. Yeah, he's in downtown Miami. Neil Tus surprisingly doesn't like Canada. He doesn't like Canada. I think Vancouver is his favorite city. He lives there, but he doesn't. Yeah, I don't really like Canada. He said he doesn't really like Canada. Like Neil, you're crazy. Canada isn't for everyone, man. Just like the States isn't for everyone either, right? Some people who live in the States don't like the States. Some people who live in Canada don't like Canada, obviously. He apparently doesn't like Canada. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You don't like Canada, your hometown where you grew up? Okay. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, he was vlogging in Miami, downtown Miami. And I'm like, oh my god, Miami has beautiful. It looks very beautiful at nighttime. It looks like a pretty beautiful city, obviously. Obviously, but Miami's not as beautiful as Vancouver. It has more buildings, Vancouver, and all that stuff, more stuff. Vancouver is a port city. It's next to the ocean. That's what I love about Vancouver. It's next to the Pacific Ocean. It's a port city, obviously. Well, most beautiful cities in the world, man. Vancouver. It's a beautiful city. I saw Neil Tusa's vlog like 3 weeks ago when he was in Vancouver. It was beautiful. I'm like, yeah, I want to live there. That's the city I want to live in Canada for the rest of my life. Right? So, Sarah? I'm sidetracking here. So Zanus will be my first movie based off my fast novel that I wrote. The Last Hope for Zanus, published in 3 volumes. Sarah? The Last Hope for Zanus, published in 3 volumes. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Sarah. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. What volume's the best, Ivan? In my opinion, Volume 3 is the best, but you can argue Volume 2 is better. It just depends on your preference, obviously. Some people might like Volume 2 better. Some people might like Volume 3 better. But I think most people are going to like Volume 3 the best. Because that's when you get the big plot twists, the unexpected climaxes. I think Volume 3 will be the best. Sarah. I think Volume 3 will be the best. I think Volume 3 will be the best. Hey, Ivan, yes. What about the movies, Ivan? Ah, man, that's tough. For the movies, Volume 1 perhaps might be. No, I think Volume 3 will be the best of the movies, because that's when you get the big war. But just because you have a lot of action doesn't necessarily mean your movie will be better. Because Return of the King has the most action. Of all the three movies, and it's the worst of three trilogies. I don't like it as much as the as Two Towers and Fellowship of the Ring. Fellowship of the Ring has less action than Return of the King, and it's better than Return of the King. So it just depends on how well each volume is executed, honestly. But I have a feeling Volume Three will be the best movie out of the three movies. Out of the three adaptations, Volume Three will be the best. But Peter perhaps might like, or Mel might like Volume Two the best, right? Some people might like Volume One the best. I like. I like the whole thing with Tactics being behind the walls as a kid. That's really cool, Ivan. Some people might like Volume One better. Some people like Volume Two better with the drama and politics when Tactics meets Lithia and all of the Southerns. But the people who are into the action, you know what I'm saying, the big war, the big clouds, some people like Volume. I think Volume Three would be the best though. That's when Tactics becomes more mature. When he grows his beard, I almost supposed to for you. That's when you get the big war in the end. You have a big war in the end. Think something bigger than Helm's Deep. Think something bigger than the Battle of Middle Earth, man. Because I'm gonna keep saying this, even though the Return of the King, when I watched the movie, it didn't really feel like the Battle of Middle Earth because the orcs were not as formidable. They were these small little orcs. Whereas Two Towers, that felt like an epic battle because you felt for the for the people of Rohan, man, and Aragon and all that, because those Orcai were big. You know, so there was the orcs in Fellowship of the Ring, the Army of Mordor. They were like small little orcs. It didn't really feel like the Battle of Middle Earth. You see what I'm saying? It felt pretty big, but go watch the Battle of Hornswoggle and compare it to the Lord of the Rings War. What feels more epic, guys? I think the Hornswoggle battle feels more epic, to be honest. It just does, yeah. It's a better war. The one in Return of the King was rushed, obviously. That's why I don't want Peter and Mel rushing on. Peter, don't rush it. I had to rush it. We just couldn't afford it. Yeah. The reason why they rushed the wars in Return of the King because they had a small budget. You have a $94 million budget. You have to rush the wars. You don't have the budget to. You don't have the budget. You just Peter's like, Ivan. We just didn't have the money, Ivan, to afford this. Whereas for my movie, I have the money to make a long war, like a 20-25 minute war. Yeah. Tell Peter Mel Gibson, Peter, I want a 25-minute war. 25 minutes? Yeah, make it like 25 minutes. An epic war, man. The best war in ever in movie history. Because, yeah, we can easily do that. We have a big budget. Yeah, I put 200 and some $1 million for visual effects. Easy have a 20 to 25 minute war. A nice war, a big war in the end. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The battle in the caverns, have it be a good 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Make it epic. Yeah. Because you have the battle in the caverns, obviously, like Moria, right? And you also have the big war in the end. I mean, how much action scenes are there in Zane is a lot. You have a war in the prologue, obviously. You have a battle sequence with Tacitonius and Cassus and their 50 men in Volume 2, obviously. You also have, what? Maramis and his men versus Aratat's crows when they approach the walls. That's in Volume 2. That's a mini war there. That's like a 4 minute battle sequence, not long. You also have the Eagles versus the Crows. You also have the landmark. Land marking is not a war. It's a wolves marking lands, obviously. Yeah. You have that, and you have the battle scene in the caverns in Volume 3, and you have the big war in the end. Yeah, you have like 5, 6 battle sequences in the movie. A lot of action sequences, obviously. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3 are based off my novel that I wrote, The Last Hope for Xanus. I don't know how much will you make off your book? I don't mean to be cocky here, guys. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? But the low end I'll make is probably 7 to maybe $9 billion. I might make less. I might make maybe 7 billion. But even if I make $7 million, it's enough. It's enough money for me to buy my jets and put my movie $1 million. I still have enough money. I have to be a bit more careful, but I have enough money. I should make 7 to maybe $9 billion off my book, and the high end is 13, 14, 15, even $20 million. Obviously, I don't know how much money I make. I have a feeling it's going to be $9 billion. That's how much money I'm going to make off my book. Obviously, with that money, I can fund my movie with my own cash. The bank can offer to give me a loan. I'm like, I don't need a loan, man. I can buy it with my own cash. It's what? It's not as to take the stress off me to pay. I can easily pay back the bank. To have to pay back the bank, I'll just buy it with my own cash, so I don't have to pay back the bank. It's stressing knowing that you have to pay back $1.2 billion, which I can easily pay back. I have the keys, I'm sorry. It's easy for me, obviously. The bank knows, yeah, I can easily pay back the loan. Yeah, I can easily pay back the loan, but I'm not taking a loan from the bank. I'm funding Zane's for $1.2 billion, $50 million. $830 million towards the movie, $410 towards salaries, and $10 million towards the doc. Sorry. And I'll fund the game for $460 million. The Unreal Engine 5 Zane's game. Look at amazing Zane's game, yeah. Rabbit will cover that walkthrough. Sorry. Brad will cover that walkthrough, obviously. My top two candidates to direct the movie are Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson. The question is who's better for the role, Peter or Mel, I don't know. Peter, I'll pay him his 600 million Canadian deal contract, which is a 745 million New Zealand deal. He lives in New Zealand, obviously. And Mel Gibson, I'll sign him to his $91 million deal Canadian, which is like a 210 million American deal. It's a massive contract for both Mel Gibson and Peter Jackson, obviously. Peter's like, what about double that? I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you double, man. Like, you're getting greedy. What I'm paying you is enough. You didn't even. This is more than what you doubled me for the rings. So stop being greedy, man. The difference between Peter now, though, and Peter back then. Back then, Peter wasn't a billionaire. Like when Peter did Lord of the Rings, he was probably worth maybe like $800,000. He wasn't that big of a director. He was lucky. He was lucky enough to strike a big deal with New Line. They paid him like $10 to $30 million base. They took a risk on him and he pulled it off, and he took home like, I don't know, 8% of the gross sales of Lord of the Rings. So I'm sorry, 7 to 8% of the gross sales he took. He made his $250 million. Did Peter sign a profit deal? No, he signed a gross deal. For him to make $250 million, he guaranteed sign a gross deal, gross sales deal, not a profit deal. No, obviously. The three Lord of the Rings movies did about $3 billion. So for Peter to sign a profit deal, he'd have to negotiate for like what? Well, I don't know, like 30-40% of the profit, whatever it is. No, like Peter, Lord of the Rings probably made a couple hundred million in profit, a few hundred million in profit. So Peter negotiated for the gross sales deal. So the $3 billion Lord of the Rings made, Peter took $250 million of that, which means Peter squandered a good chunk of the profits for Lord of the Rings, man. Yeah, man. Bob Shea and Michael Lynn gave a good chunk of their profits away to Peter because Peter took $250 million of the gross sales. As I told you, Hollywood movies are not doing the kind of money my movies are doing, man. They only pull in maybe like Hollywood movies. The ones who have good profits pull in a few dozen million in profit, maybe 34 million in profit. The really successful ones do their 100, 200, 300 million in profit. So if you give a director $250 it's a good chunk of their profits gone. They squandered a good chunk of their profits. Whereas for my movie, it's not a big deal because my movies are doing billions in profit. That's why I can afford to give the directors or hundreds of millions in royalties for the movie. Peter knows my movie will do, I don't know, 12, 13 billion in profit. That's going to me, obviously. Peter can easily negotiate for a $700 to $800 contract for the royalties, which he will because he wants his billionaire deal. I'm like, Peter, I'm not paying you $800 million. You're crazy, man. What world are you living in, man? I'm not going to pay you that. Would you pay me that? I never pay you that. Yes, as I'm not paying you an $800 million deal. You're crazy. Ivan, like I want double that. I'm like Peter. I'm not gonna give you $850 million to roll these. You're crazy, man. $425 million is enough. Stop being greedy. It's a deal, Ivan. I don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm just being greedy. His age, well, Ivan, it's a good deal for Peter. We're just being greedy, man. Peter wants, yeah, Peter. I know you smell blow in the water. You want more money, but what? I'm not paying you any more money, man. You're being greedy. Mel might want 300. I'm like, no, Mel. Mel, what about 300, Ivan? I'm like, no, Mel. $200 is enough. Stop being greedy, guys. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah. It's in. Ivan, what about the merch? And I get like $150 in the merch. I'm like, no, $90 of the merch is enough. That's 100. I don't know, $100+ million for you, excluding your what? Your 85 million salary and your rich $425 million of the roads. That's enough, Peter. Stop being greedy, man. What about the game, Ivan? I'm like, Peter, you're pissing me off. I'm not going to give you money off the game. You're not getting any money off the game. You're not involved in the game. See, if you weren't involved in the game, I would give you a little bit of money off the game, but you're not involved in the game. And I can't have you work on the game in the movie. You'll be distracted and stressed out. You need to focus on the movie. And I'll hire my own team to work on the game, Samsara. That's how it works. Obviously, Samsara. That's how it works, man. God, you saying yes, that's how it works. Samsara. That's how it works. Really, Ivan? Yes, that's how it works. That's how it works, Samsara. She's saying, yeah, it's how it works, obviously. Samsara. The question is, who's better for the job? Peter, I don't know. It's tough, man. Who are you gonna choose, Ivan? Oh, man. Something tells me I might go for Mel, but I might end up choosing Peter too. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Like my heart's with both of them because even though I think Mel might make the better movie. He's not the fancy guy, man. Peter was the fancy guy. Hence why I might regret my decision choosing Mel. But if I choose Peter, I might regret my decision choosing. I don't know. I see Peter. He's writing the script. He's directing the movie, and I'm like, like something tells me this movie won't be as. It's not. Something tells me Mel's movie would have been better. Mel would have made a better movie, and I ran up regret my decision too. That's why you got to test your creativity who's right for the job, obviously. Fly them on your private jet to Vancouver, you ask them questions, and you test their creativity. Samsara. And whichever director gives the better answer, that's the director I hire, obviously. But something tells you I'm going to go with Mel, man. I'm going to stick that. Mel, I think you're my guy, not you, Peter. Don't hate me, Peter. You know what I'm saying? I think Mel might be the guy. He's gonna make an amazing movie. He's gonna push the horror era to another level. I like talking about Peter more because he's more interesting. Obviously, he's a fancy guy and he's greedy. Obviously, but somebody tells me I might choose Mel, man, for the job. He's cheaper too. No, money's not a problem. I can easily pay Peter with that contract. Obviously, some Sarah. Yeah, but somebody tells me I might end up choosing Peter too, man, because Peter's a fancy guy. If he could do it for Lord of the Rings, man, he's a good candidate for the director. Obviously, some Sarah. Yeah, some Sarah. Yeah. I don't know. I go with Peter. I'm saying because Peter's a fantasy guy. I want Heavy Metal then. And what Peter's hired, and I'll have his wife Fran get a Molde Toro and Barry Osborne come on board. Obviously, to What about Philip Boyens? Obviously, perhaps I could hire Philip Boyens to help. I don't need any more help with the script though. That's the thing though. You could have Philip Boyens come in as a producer to help your team out if you want. Sign like to like I don't know a $900,000 deal, whatever it is, for the movie project. You can do that if you want. You have more help for your team, obviously. Peter, what do you do? Peter, is Fran enough, or do you need Philip Boyens to help you with the notes and help my team? Oh, even if my wife's enough, yeah, you don't. I don't need Philip Boyens. I'm sorry, but Philip Boyens and Fran and Peter are like a three team. They for all his movies, he works with those people. He works with Fran and Philip Boyens for all his scripts and everything. That's like Peter's two sidekicks, right? Yeah, so perhaps I might hire Philip Boyens. We'll see what happens. You can have her be assistant producer. She can help out your 17 with the business. She can help Peter with his notes. And she can help us a little bit with the script if you want to. Because they wrote Lord of the Rings, right? They co-wrote it with Peter. And Lord of the Rings was an amazing script written, man. It was a good script written. It was an amazing script. The Hobbit writing was okay. It wasn't as good as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was a masterpiece. It was massively written, man. It was an amazing script. Let's see. Ivan, which script do you think had the best screenplay? Um, they're all good. Obviously, all three movies had amazing screenplay. But Return of the King was the worst of the three movies. It wasn't that good, man. It was good, but it was worse. It was the worst of the three. I don't like Return of the King as much as the other two movies, to be honest. Yeah. So Sarah, in my opinion, I know the most people think it's the best movie, but it won the most Oscars. Obviously, it swept the Oscars, but it's the worst for me, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, right? Don't hate me, you know. So Sarah, yeah, obviously, it's the worst for me. Obviously, yeah. Show my camera, guys.